From demo to drop. Welcome to Dope or Nope, the biggest weekly demo drop on the planet. Every Thursday, we bring you never-before-heard demos dropped off by new and accomplished artists and producers. Then, we offer our feedback to help songs reach their full potential. It's time for Dope or Nope.
All right.
Nice.
That's some swanky intro right there.
Hey.
I really have to say that.
I love it.
Swanky. Welcome to the Swanky Boys group today. We are, this is not a boy band, but in case you're joining us for the first time, this is Dope or Nope. It's a demo drop. We've never heard these demos before. We're going to bring them to you for the first time, same time we hear it. At the top, Lauren Padman, president of Dimmock Records. I'm just going to end that there. My name is Hess. I do a lot of radio promo. I'm also known as Hess.
He's also the manager of the boy band.
Yes.
That shit's over. Nick Dietrich or Dick Nitri, however you come to find him on social media. One half of the Disco Fries and the purveyor of great music at Liftoff Recordings.
Yes,
Welcome.
Nice.
Great to be on the show. All right. Excited
There's
about
the
today.
bed.
Nice and easy.
Speaking of boy bands, did you guys watch the Lou Pearlman documentary?
Not yet. It's
No,
online.
Jamie showed me some of that, though. Super freaky with the AI thing. Woo!
Very, very. But it was really well done.
I don't know how they did that. That was. I mean, AI certainly, but wow, that
What
was
is happening? AI what? What's the
So
what's the
they
headlines?
have him narrating from his book. He wrote a book while he was in jail. They have him narrating the book and have video clips of him
Talking.
speaking, but
Oh.
it's
AI.
all AI.
Oof.
Dude. No, Lauren, you got to see it.
Okay.
It's so
all right.
spot on. It's as if he actually did it that way.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I had to watch it like 4 times. I'm like, wow, it's
Yeah.
so on. It's like so good.
Man, it's only 2024. Imagine what it's going to be in 10 years. We're not going to know if anything's real.
Dude, imagine
For
next
sure.
year.
Without
Yeah,
no spoilers, obviously everybody knows what happened, but no spoilers. But the conundrum at the end really is that like this whole period of history with these acts and the music that came from those acts and the producers and the songwriters wouldn't have existed without this guy making it happen. So then you have to wrestle with the idea of
Right.
all the crazy messed up stuff that he did and the idea that none of this would have existed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes really hard to put. I mean, look, we've all seen stuff where like,
Yep.
but then what came out of it, there's no reason to have done it, but it's why we've catapulted in certain periods in our music history, particularly in pop and dance, probably R&B and rhythm as well. I just don't know that as well,
Right.
because of those things that happen. It's
Yeah.
real catch-22. But in the meantime, why don't we drop some really dope demos?
Yeah.
Quick shout out to Max 7, Mason Boss, Bad Monkey, Rowney, Who I See in for the first time. Welcome. Once again, in case you're just joining us for the first time, this is Dope or Nope. We do a live demo drop. Nick's got the DJ duties today because
Yes, I do.
made the mistake of updating to a beta version of Mac. Thank you very much.
Why?
And because I just do. I see beta and I click on go.
Oh no.
I do it on my phone. I do it on my computer.
Dude,
Everything
I'm
works.
2 versions behind on Ableton specifically, and 2
Yeah.
versions behind on the iOS. Like, let
And then
someone else break their nose.
I opened Loopback and it was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course. Like everything. Yeah, forget it. Bad idea.
You guys talk to each other, man. Come on.
Well, here we go. We're going to start
All right.
off with Krevix and North Skies Find Me right here
love it.
on Dope or No.
Woo! I kind of like being hands-free today.
find me.
Yikes.
All right, Krevix, North Skies, find me right here on Dope or Nope.
Bell, please.
Right off the rip.
Going in.
Damn.
great.
Explain your bell.
My bell is so now that I can listen this way. Is my mic better now? I turned it. I had to
Yeah,
turn
much
it down a little.
Yeah,
cool.
sounds great.
I just really, this is an exciting track to me. It's well produced. I literally like everything about it. The intro was great. It was short and to the point, and it got the job done. That gets a bell.
Nice.
All right. Over to Mr. Padman.
Yeah, so my reception was potentially glitchy, and it kept on sort of like stuttering a little bit. So it was hard to get the feeling of it until we started speaking, and now I can hear it better. But what I'll tell you is it sounds like the perfect pressure track. And I feel like I've heard this song when I was 18. That was like the Paul Oakenfold, the DJ before he would come on, or the DJ before Tiesto, and you're very excited that the main act's coming on, and this is the song that you play to keep the tempo up, to keep the vibe up, to keep everything exciting, but you haven't released it, you haven't it hasn't been kind of like had its release or unload moment. It's just holding pressure the whole time. So I really like it. I think it's great.
It's
From what I
still
can
doing
tell,
it.
really
Still
awesome.
doing it.
Oh yeah,
Still
yeah.
got, like,
It sounds like it's pumping. I just couldn't quite get the audio right from my side, but it sounds like it was doing everything that a record like this should do. Nick.
Yeah. I'd agree with all that. The mix was fantastic too. I love the way the kick and bass work together. If I were to make a suggestion, it's just that plucky vocal sample, dun 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 dun, has some sort of variation with the processing. Like you could make it really like bit crunched and granular in spots, and you could do some other things because it just sort of rides the whole time right now. But I think, as you say, it does what it says on the can, and it's
Right.
Yeah.
perfect for what it needs to be.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Really nice
It's
record.
beautiful
Really,
record.
thanks for
nice.
sending that. Just a quick shout out to my Instagram people, Brooks. Who else here? Albert
Brooks.
Breaker, Just a Good
Brooks.
DJ, Kiko Franco, Xera Music, and Michael Gerald.
You
What's up,
know
man?
what? Actually, Brooks has a song coming on later this show. We should get to that soon. If we
I was
really
driving.
What-
I was
I
driving
mean,
back
we
to the
could-
house, and she's like, "Hey, I have a demo. You guys mind if I drop it off?" I'm like,
That's why I know it's
Yeah.
coming. I'm very
Yeah.
excited.
"Let's
How about
do this.
How about we just do it?
Stop
Let's do
it.
it now." All right, come
Why
on.
don't we just do it.
Let's do it.
We could peak too early though. Let's go. I'm going to stand up this one.
You're
Speak
used
for
to
your-
that.
speak for yourself.
Anyway. Oh, Brooks, Pat Lock guest list right here on Dope or Nope.
Baby, cashless or nothing. VIP don't be bluffing. Baby, cashless or nothing. VIP
Why'd Lauren stand
don't
up
be
for this?
bluffing. Baby, cashless or nothing. VIP don't be bluffing. I got places to be. Don't lock me out with the public. Baby, cashless or nothing. VIP don't be bluffing. Baby, cashless or nothing. VIP don't be bluffing. Baby, cashless or nothing. VIP don't be bluffing. VIP.
No time to fuck around in the line. Sweat
not even fair.
That's a clinic.
Wow.
Brooks
I love
and Pat
like
Luck.
the drum beat,
Restless.
just like in the one, panning all the way right, while the other stuff is going over here. Oh man, not even fair, Liz, for sending stuff like that. I love in the description. Yeah, I made this in a few hours. What?
Okay,
Crazy.
so Liz, I think that you're not letting anybody else have a chance. I think this is not really fair.
Yeah. Thanks everyone. Show's over. I'll see you guys later.
Appreciate it. It's unbelievable. Like, this is something else. Honestly, I need to freestyle and walk around to sort of like,
I don't think I want to see that.
You can't. Well, you can't sit down after a record like that. That's the problem.
No.
Like, this record is an absolute clinic, Nick. As to your point, like that's the word I wrote down. I just wrote down full caps clinic. Hat patterns phenomenal. Everything builds on each other. Everything's a pressure. It keeps pressuring up. The female rap came out of nowhere for me, and I
So
thought that
dope,
was
though.
just so good.
Was not expecting that. Yeah.
And the filter opens up more and more on the male detuned vocal that we've heard before, which makes it interesting again. And it makes you want to listen to it again because you're like, where's it headed? And it started to open up, and there was a snare roll. The whole build happened. And then the second drop came in, and it was more of like a takeaway with pressure again. I mean, I don't even know what to say.
When does this come out on Dimmock?
Oh, I couldn't get the record like this. How am I going to get a record like this? It's Brooks. I can't get a record like this. It's way too far above my level. This is out of my pay grade. This is.
I don't know.
From a producer, well, I want to say, Brooks just signed with Fool's Gold, right? Am I getting that right?
I don't know.
Is that a full sign?
I don't know. I'm not quite sure, but I want to say. Well, listen. I know that she's been doing some really close work with A-Track, who's the actual grandmaster. So if you've got that kind of level of help, then you're all set. However, I can help, of course, because it's perfect. I mean, I haven't heard a Brooks record that hasn't been perfection. I got nothing left to say. She's an absolute walking clinic, and I'm proud that she's an Australian. Nice work.
Lauren said it all. I have nothing to add to that.
Just
that
the
is
bell, please.
exceptional.
Just the
Yeah,
bell.
just another bell.
All right.
Bells, please.
Bells. All around.
Lots of bells.
All
Okay.
around. All right.
Well, there's that.
There is that. Prior to the show, Boogie Hill Faders had texted me. They weren't sure if they'd get in time, but they were finishing a record. I don't know what this is. They finished it today, but they wanted to have it earlier for the show, so I'm going to jump into it now.
All right.
So here we go. Before I hit play, Boogie Hill Faders with On Point, the 24 HD Bounce 2 is how this is identified. All right, let's do it. Boogie Hill Faders with On Point, the bounce that was just done an hour ago, fresh out of the studio.
Bell.
Outstanding. What a record. So much fun. Just cool to listen to. Yeah, really enjoyable. As I'm listening to it, I'm thinking, what would be a cool, interesting collab for this? Or what's the vocal, what's the hook, what's the top line? Because it's already super fun. You know, it's the kind of record that like in the pop world, a Pitbull would steal and do his thing over. Like, what could be cool in the dance world? Who's the best collaborator that could make sense for a record like this? Because it's a very cool drop, got good beat consistency. Obviously, a very chopped up disco record. Feels very current. Feels fun. Really fun record. I love it.
Yeah, I'd agree. I feel like with a vocalist, this could level up like crazy. It had like the Complextro thing influence. It had regular disco house influence. It reminded me a lot of a record called, I think it was called Go, the Chemical Brothers did with Mos Def. That type of vibe, if you can lean into that a little bit, I think that would be great. It lends itself for sync really well because you've got all these cool little moments that happen, and I could see an advertisement chopping that up to death. It's nice. I think for the club space, it's a little tricky, the arrangement you have, because there are a lot of starts and stops. So you probably need to rejig it a little bit for it to be club playable. But there's nothing wrong with that. You can always do that edit. But yeah, nice one. Bell from me.
Yeah, placement. So I don't know where that fits, right? And I think we've covered that. But from a production standpoint, 100% on point, you know, and really in alignment of who they are or who I've come to know them to like sound like, right? So it's like, it's funky, it drives, you know, there's like, it's complex, but fun, you know, like there's always those elements that stand out, like, you know, 3 or 4 pillars that are very much Boogie Hill faders. And I love that, and they continue to just like believe in what they're doing as they should, and it comes across in every time they deliver something.
Yeah, nice work, guys.
Great
All
song.
right,
Yeah,
let's keep
big
it
time.
moving. We've got I feel like we have like resident producers on this show.
We do.
Bad Monkey had submitted a track which was removed. Mason Boss submitted a track which was also removed. Guys, when you submit links, I mean, just
Come on now.
Yeah.
we'll jump to Arland with "I'll Be There." Let's go there.
Wide awake, can you feel me now? Take my hand, there's no need to run. I can shelter you from the storm, 'cause I know you've been hurt before. When nobody's there to soothe the pain, I'll be your reason to stay. When you've lost all faith and the skies are gray, I'll keep the rain away. I will be there to hold you. Just lose yourself in my arms. I will be there to love you. Just know that I got you. I'll be there, I'll be there.
Arland with "I'll Be There," right here on Dope or Nope.
Outstanding. Great record.
I
love
mean,
it.
again, another one, same thing last week, right? It's just Arland is on point.
Yeah.
And like stuff that's a little bit like, you know, not straight up, you know what I mean? Is like a little not centered. I just really like, but it still comes across in a really well-produced way. So I'd want to like listen to more of that to give a full bell, but definitely a half a bell for me.
I don't know what our half bell is today. Oh, it's still a full bell on the half
All
bell.
right.
Yeah, you and your
Whatever.
bell.
Whatever.
Got bell problems.
Yeah, I'll take a half bell.
There
you go.
There we go.
There you go. Perfect. Yeah, I'd take a half bell as well. It was really good record. It was funny when I heard the vocal at the very start of it, it sounds like, oh, this is going to be a remix because I'm familiar with the melody and I know where this one's going. And then it didn't. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. It's got just enough something to give you a feeling of it, but it's not anywhere near close enough to be an actual rip of anything.
Right.
So that was really good. So the top line feels like a really high quality top line. Great vocalist, really good breathiness to it too. So that was a really nice part. I think that the drop potentially had a little bit too much going on, perhaps, or felt a little bit too much melody, or I wasn't sure what to do there. Maybe stripping something back to start with, and then releasing all of it as the kitchen sink in the end. I'm not sure. That was my.
I actually wanted to hear that one more time. I just want to hear this drop.
Sure.
Yeah, I feel like you can maybe save the arpeggiated part or save the vocal for later in the record. There's like one too many things.
Yeah, you've got the hi-hats doing the 16th, which I love. It's got the arpeggiator doing the 16th, which I love. And it's got the vocal cut in, but the fact that you're pushing all three in immediately means it's a commercial record, as opposed to going in a little bit cooler and having that as the excuse to give you a second half of a drop sort of thing. To your
There's
point.
also like sustained synths, and there's a counter melody on top of those things.
Yeah, right. Wow, there you go. So there's a lot going on.
It's amazing the stuff I don't hear.
Yeah, right.
You hear it. You hear it. If it wasn't
Yeah. You hear it. Here it comes. Yep. Nick, here's the Nick Clinic and the things that you hear versus what you actually hear. You listen to Jimmy, but you can't hear Jimmy.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know who Jimmy is, but okay.
That's a white man can't jump reference.
Ah,
You listen to Jimmy, but you can't hear Jimmy.
That's a deep cut reference.
Deep cut. Yeah.
You come here for the deep cut. So speaking of deep cuts, we're going to roll into Johnny Trombetta right here with LA Nights / Summer Idea 2023. All right. This one is mixed very low, so it's going to sound low on the stream. It just kind of rides. All right, I'll jump on this right away. Funny enough, I was listening to a playlist of Italo Disco today on Spotify.
that's not funny at all. That's just like not even a surprise.
Why wouldn't I be?
You had the cheese reference. You had the big wheel of cheese reference in Instagram this morning, so
Yeah.
I figured that was just natural.
I mean, I love that stuff. I love a good Marauder record. This needs a vocal, obviously, and you sent it because you said it could be a possible sing-along in your comments. Yeah, I think that's the direction to go with that, but these records do still have to punch through. They have to be mixed right at the end of the day, and it's such like a major chord thing you have going on that I would just lean into that. You could obviously flip it, though, and go kind of hyper-pop with it. Up the BPM, take that sound set, and sort of remix it a bit to work in the hyper-pop space. And there could be a lane for you there. So
Male vocal, though, right? You hear a male vocal?
Male vocal, or if you go hyper pop and like trick out the production, it's a pitched up female vocal. You know, it's a totally different type of thing. So pick your poison.
Yeah, I definitely. I'm hearing like I'm trying to think of the song in the back of my head, like the vocal that goes on top of this, like literally just fits right in.
It's an 80s record. It's an 80s
Yeah,
record.
I mean, it's definitely.
It's using an 80s snare. It's using an 80s RP melody that just bounces along. It's sort of feels very major. It feels more pop than dance.
Yeah. But feels good.
Agreed.
Feels good for sure. Thank you for sending that, Johnny.
Yeah.
Thank you. All
It's
right,
fun looking.
let's go over to our boy Rimnez with "Out of My Mind."
All right.
Coming with the heat. Rimnez with "Out of My Mind."
I'll go first on that. I'm gonna do a half a bell because I like the track. I liked where it was going. I didn't like the vocal as much, but I want to that's gonna take me another couple listens to get around that vocal a little bit. I don't know if it was the tone or the repetitive part, but I do like the track.
I'd agree with that. The vocals felt a little like a placeholder.
Right.
Like it's not
it
like
also
it
kind of
didn't work. It
just
worked,
shot
but
in.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, whoa, okay. But yeah, the tracks I like for sure.
Yeah, I liked it. I'll take half a bell for this record. I wasn't really too upset about even the vocal. It didn't sort of necessarily feel completed. It felt like it was being very repetitive, as opposed to like a complete idea, as opposed to what landed on, which was just simply, hey, I've got a really good vocal. Yeah, cool. Let's stick that in, and we'll come up with the last half of it later.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is cool. So that line could well fit perfectly well in a verse or a pre or a chorus or whatever. But I think when you've got one good line and you just repeat it forever, it just sort of feels a little bit lazy, because it doesn't feel finished. That's all. And you're competing with 10,000 other tracks that got released that day. So, small detail. I quite like the synths though. I really like those they're almost mid synths. I really love the cut up nature of them. They felt very driving. So yeah, I really like this record. It's a fun record.
Nice one, Rimnez.
Yeah,
Came
thanks for
through.
sending that.
Very consistent Rimnez sound on this one.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, just real quick, if you're just joining us, and thanks for coming the first time, Who I See Music. I think you're joining us for the first time, and everyone in our chats here and also on Instagram. A lot of really cool people here. Phil Marriott, Flipside, who else? Reezer. I haven't seen that name in a long time. Krivix. So thanks for joining us there as well. This is Dope or Nope. We do it every Thursday, 3 to 4 p.m. Demo drop We listen to it for the first time. We don't filter anything out. And, well, unless it's a release, then we're trying to really work on demos here or a work in progress, right? And you can drop it off at dopeornopemusic.com.
Yes. All right, so let's keep it rolling. How about that? Let's
Sure.
go
Love
to
that.
Albert Breaker. Unconditional Love featuring Gio Quaratana. I'm going with that.
Right.
How you feeling? If you have a bad day, you always need to dance. How you feeling? How you feeling? Come on. Yeah! Come on. No, 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 no. I'm falling. 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 I'm falling in love. I'm falling in love. You're stuck in my head. You're driving me crazy. You're driving me crazy. I'm falling in love. You're stuck in my head. You give me a love. You give me a no. No. I'm falling. I'm falling. I'm falling.
Where did that come from?
I'm falling.
All right, Albert Breaker, Unconditional Love.
Damn,
Nice one.
fantastic. That piano break was really cool when it came in. It felt really like out of nowhere, but you absolutely cannot have it go so long.
Right.
Because in every single instance of listening, you've just broken the beat. There's no beat consistency. The
Yeah,
rhythm.
when you went like this, I was like, yes. Right
Yeah.
then it should have happened.
That's when it should have cut back in, right?
Yeah.
Cut back in
Yeah.
or just started to feel a 2/4 build.
Something.
That
You
was my
needed a
other
kick.
thing about it. It didn't like build back. It just kind of cut back in.
Yeah.
Right.
Drop.
Which would be fine if you wanted to cut back in like the old school house days. I remember DJing those house parties and you'd drop to like a piano break and then you'd kick back in out of nowhere and people would be excited that it sort of surprised them without there being a whoosh or a snare fill or whatever else. So I loved it. I thought it was really clever. When the vocals started at the beginning, I'm like, what is this? This is an incredible like diva-esque quality vocal.
Yeah.
There was a line that was probably the chorus that felt very repetitive and started to borderline on annoying.
a few less fallens, right?
Yeah, maybe that was
At the
the one.
beginning,
Yeah. But apart from that, it was super fun, really fun. So, yes,
Yeah.
I'll take a full bell for this. This is amazing. Great record.
I'm gonna echo your full bell. I have one suggestion besides the break we talked about. Is at least in my headphones, the kick and the bass were a little clunky. I like that this has a shuffle, but I would be mindful. Like now, I'm hearing the kick in this part, and it sounds fine. So I'm the bass. Hang on, let me hear this. Oh, it has like a little tail on it. That like it's a little long, so I would shorten the kick a hair to make it punchier, and then I would watch how the bass plays off of it and just make it a little less clunky. That's the only word I can use. It's what it is.
Yeah.
But the groove is awesome.
Yeah.
Killer
Super
work.
neat. I'll give it a bell.
All right, third bell. Third bell. Did this
Big 3 right there. Super nice. Albert, well done.
Nice one. All right, Let's roll into Who I See, Let Go of Control, featuring Akachia. Did I say that right?
Holding on so tight, trying to make it right. And my own strength going nowhere. Feels like a time warp, always needing more. And I couldn't tell you what for. Let go of control, fall into the unknown. You got me like no one else does. Let go of control, fall into the unknown. Let you see the real thing, heart and soul. Tell me that you're tired of running. Don't you think it's time you gave in to the truth? You know what you're here
New noise.
Wow. Who I See, Let Go of Control.
New noise.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Excellent record. Excellent record. I loved it. That was super fun. Bell, please. Beautiful record. Super cool. I was almost predicting the beat patterns, and I was hoping that they would happen that way, and they were falling into groove the way that I was expecting. It was just great.
Yeah.
Once the drop hit, I'm like, what is this? I was secretly praying. The build was so good. Everything was so good. And when I was like, please let this drop be good. Just good is good enough, honestly. And it was great.
Yeah. And who is the vocal again?
I think it's Akachia. I'm going
Very
with
nice.
that.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really
Bell
good.
for me.
Bell for me, too.
There you go.
Mix on it was stellar. Like,
Really?
Super,
you go.
super clean. Like, everything punched through the right way. Some sounds were dirty, but not, like, overly blown out. Like, everything had a place. It's great. And I
Right.
like that these parts are just open and they breathe, and then you tighten it up on the drop. It's great. Really nice production.
Could you back announce that one, please?
What's that?
Could you back announce that one?
Who I See.
Yep.
I'll just copy and paste you the email address.
Thanks.
How about that?
Found it. No, but everybody else should know. Who I See, Let Go of Control, right?
Who I See, Let Go of Control, featuring Akachia, if that's
Got
how
it.
you pronounce it. We're
Amazing.
Just gonna go with it.
Amazing.
All right.
Excellent
Let's
record.
go to Galaxy next.
I just copy and
Galaxy.
pasted.
There you go. All
Yeah,
right.
that was funny.
This is a bootleg with John Martin and Steve Aoki. So shall we avoid this?
Yeah, only because of copyright strikes and all those kind of fun things.
Okay, we'll go to Rowney. Sorry for the delay here, folks.
Yep.
Rowney with Lily So Soon, Scary Place. Right here on Dope or Nope.
This is alien. Everything falls apart. Not a place to just hide. Darkness has been down and night. The world is scary place. Hoping for good is all we have. You don't know when it's the last time you talk to your loved one. I wish there was an escape from pain. Can anything save us? Faces hide in a mask. Always try to stay inside. The world is gonna be blind. Hoping for good is all we have.
All right, Brownie, Lily So Soon, Scary Place.
Yes. Yes.
As in, yes, it was a scary place or a scary
Yeah.
record, or what's
That
up?
sounds like some weird shit's about to go down in a movie.
Yeah, that's the thing.
To be
It
honest.
feels like it's about to be something
Creepy.
Like it has the right kind of suspense and tension, but it's electronic. It's electronic music as opposed to dance music. You don't dance to this. It's just a really enjoyable, really high end, bell worthy, enjoyable listen. So
That's a bell.
Absolutely. That's a bell.
There you go.
Right.
beautiful
And like
record.
this comment here from Max, like I
Yeah,
can hear Rez
right.
playing this, and I can hear, but
Totally.
I could also hear like that extra piece you're talking about, Lauren. Is just where
Yeah.
it gets like,
Yeah, nasty.
you know,
Yeah.
where it gets nasty.
Yeah.
Um, So,
I-
yeah,
I would be curious as to the previous record, who I see what they would do with this if they were remixing it. You know what I mean? That type of
That's
feeling.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
collaboration right here on Dope or Not.
Yeah, this record needs to be a collaboration with someone else who can just leave this part and then have a fire drop, you know?
Right.
If you wanted to go that way, you know? Some people don't
But
wanna
not
go
like
that way.
up tempo, almost same tempo, but just like
Yeah.
Just amped
massively
up.
dirty. Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Red.
amped
Yep.
up.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Nice one though.
Agreed.
Really like that.
Yeah, it's-
Half a bell for me.
I'm going to take half a bell as well.
There you
I
go.
think there were some spots that the vocal can marry into the track a little bit more. There were just some places where I felt like there was the vocalist and there was the instrumental,
Right.
and just glue them in. But
Could be even more creepy.
yeah, it could. That it could.
Yeah.
Nice one though. Really, really good. All right, who do we got here? Jisoo. Let's go. Jisoo with Drift right here on Dope or Nope. Little speed house.
Yeah.
Hey DJ, drop that shit. Switch it.
Then it just looks like it kind of meanders out here. Jisoo with Drift. This was a draft, he said.
I mean, Lauren, you want to go first, or
I'm gonna give it a half bell just because he said it's a draft. But
Yeah. I'll give it a half bell as well. In
Yeah.
fact, I would say as a draft, I'd give it a full bell.
I will co-sign that.
Yeah, for
I
the
will,
fact that it's a draft and specifically like holding it to a like a different set of standards. This is a great record that needs to be encouraged to be
really
finished.
fun.
Yeah.
Really some great, I mean, very, you know, in regards to like left and right turn and like changes and dynamics. I feel it's very in the Brux lane.
Yeah.
You know, not as complex as that or like sonically built out,
Right.
but then if you're gonna say it's a draft, like that's even more crazy.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Good start.
sure.
Very good beginning. Maybe
Yeah.
it needs a hook, a vocal hook. You know, have you heard that song, the one that goes like kind of thing? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. All right, let's keep moving. We got a few minutes left. Bad Monkey remedied his situation, got us a link. So we'll go here.
All right.
Mr. Bad Monkey with Stars. Here we go.
One way or another, we got it.
Bad Monkey with Stars.
Bell.
This record is how I feel after a pot of coffee. Straight up.
I feel like it had a little sprinkle of Greyhound in there. Just
A little bit.
but in a nice way, like in a good reinterpreted way. I like that a lot, man.
He
Nice
said he
track.
just finished this one today. So I don't know if it's just the draft or it's his first draft.
Can I listen
fresh-
to?
I
Can I
wanna
Love
listen to
fresh
10
out of the oven. That's
Can I
my
listen to
favorite.
this bit? Yeah.
So I will say I like that second build better than the first build.
Did you feel the second build was too long, or did you like that that duration?
I like the duration for a second build,
Okay.
but
Yep.
the instrumentation in it, I feel like he gave away a little too much of the drop sound in the first build.
Okay.
Like there was nothing that was let me just jump back to it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Right in here, you basically get that. I almost, if you're gonna do that, I'd rather you throw it on another sound or make it even tamer.
Sure.
Just dull it down even
Yeah.
more.
Mute it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Muffle it. Yep.
I'm never mad at that tactic. The other thing I would look at is you've got like a rolling, sounds like either a bass that's more percussive or like a low tom or something
Yep.
that's rolling through the drop.
It's a low tom.
Yeah, it's just I like the idea of that rhythm, but I would try it maybe just on a straight up rolling bass or something. It's a hair distracting.
Yeah. I mean, listen, this particular kind of song is not to my taste because it sort of sits somewhere between like really high energy progressive house that's trying to be electro a little bit. So I don't quite know where it sits for me. But but the production is really solid. And I think that if it was dropped in any club, it's going to hold the room. So it's strong from that perspective. I don't necessarily know if it's going to be the one that everyone grabs for, but if it's on, you're not going to turn it off. So it's a strong record.
All right. Nice one, Bad Monkey, especially for just finishing it today.
Oh my God, yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
You know what, Lauren? It had vibes of conga rock a little
Oh
bit.
yeah. It kind of had. Listen, it has vibes a little bit of the. It's got a little pieces of Armin van Helden, but not with the bangingness of what was that big act in the bloody early 2000s? It feels kind of like it's trying to be early 2000s. You know, when I went to see Tiesto, I remember him, before he started playing the trance section of his set, he would start with records like this that would like kind of progressive, that were building up, and then you'd get into the big trance numbers. So it sort of like feels a little bit like that to me, you know?
By the way, I was thinking Congo Rock was on Dim Mak, but the record I'm thinking of is Babylon from Congo Rock, and it was on Fool's Gold.
Right.
Different record. Anyway, throwback. It does have exactly what you just said. That kind of like transition between genre vibe to it. Anyway, nice one.
The act I was thinking of was Deep Dish. There was a couple of records that had that kind of energy. It's, I don't know, maybe it's like that Bloghouse energy as well, 2006, 7, 8 kind of feeling.
For sure.
Anyway,
Yeah.
good. It's a great start for if it was a today thing. Congratulations, well played.
Yeah.
All right. Without further ado, last record of the day right here on Dope or Nope,
All right.
appropriately, is Mason Boss and Rhett Rowan with Dangerous. Oh, they start cold off the top. Hang on.
Right in.
Jesus.
Of course they do.
Right in.
Crush us.
Here we go.
The Dope or Nope edit.
Drink your poison from a crystal glass. Your love is lethal. Your arrow went straight through my chest. I'm fixated, infatuated. You're so dangerous. I got no fear. You met your match. I drink your poison from a crystal glass. I drink your poison. I'm dancing in the dark, and you're slowly moving in. I'm dancing in the dark. I drank your poison. I drank your poison. Crystal glass.
Mason Boss, Rhett Rowan, Dangerous. Right here on Dope or Nope.
Another strong record. Another super
Yeah.
strong record.
Yeah. I don't know. Was it? So there was a point at which like a vocal came in and it sounded like off of the track a little
that was
bit.
my biggest thing with this record. Is
Okay.
there's
I thought it
like-
was the blizzard or the whatever's going on outside here.
No,
I
there's
thought
there's
that.
parts of the vocal that just don't feel entirely in the pocket in spots.
Yeah.
I'm already jumping to negative feedback before saying that it's an awesome
Nah.
production. It's
No,
really
no.
It's
well
an awesome
done.
It's a
record.
great track, but I was trying to figure out if that was like on my side or the track side. So if you guys heard it too, that would be the one thing I'd just like bring that back a little bit.
The Drink Your Poison it comes back a couple more times than I'd like it to, and then it never. The pre-drop "Drink Your Poison" just feels unstable to me. Like it doesn't land. I don't know, Lauren. What do you think on the vocal side? Do we need more vocal for variation?
The vocalist is great. The tone is great. The melody is okay. It's not particularly compelling, but it's not horrible. It's probably not enough there to be hooky, for you to be able to really love it. And I don't know. Again, back to that compelling and like, have you heard the new song by the one that goes like, "The drink your poison," whatever it is. I don't know whether it's strong enough in itself to be the thing. Listen, if this was an instrumental, we'd be judging it differently. If this was just sent in as an instrumental, we'd be like, we wouldn't have been so like a cattle race, like put down in a funnel. And now we're all trying to like figure out how do you maneuver around. If it was an open field of like, this is an instrumental, what can you think? Is it a hip hop vocalist? Is it a male, female, belter, like whispery? Like what is it? I think we would be dreaming up different ideas for it instead of trying to fix this. So maybe that's another thing as well. Like just do another session, get more vocals, try some more stuff, try where the vocalist like more or less unloads the vocal strength and sort of like, instead of just sitting in this "drink your poison," to might go da da da, like start going up and up to like another octave. And what could they do if they were singing live and they weren't just trying to be morose and subdued and mysterious? What else would that look like?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was listening to your point. I was listening to some of the Hayla records recently.
Yep.
And she's such a pro at that. Like, we'll stay down in this lower register and kind of start moving up as you get to the pre-chorus, and then like it starts to soar, and then when it needs to, it hits the next range.
I'm so glad that I live in an era of Hayla.
Agreed.
I'm so happy that she exists.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I just heard another one today that will be coming on September 13th.
Send it. Sorry.
It's quite a wow. A wow.
It is.
Yeah. All right. I think Nick's got a heart out.
Yes.
And you're the president, so you probably have to leave soon. There you have it. Another Dope or Nope show. Thank you, everyone, for dropping your songs off, man. Just like so great. Brooks, who I see, thank you for dropping off and trusting us with your music, and letting us share it with everyone else. And man, there's been so much great chatter on Instagram, like so fun. Eric Pattern. I haven't seen some of these guys in a long time. Flipside, Gareth. What's up? I'm going to be posting. So if you ever go to Dope or Nope on Spotify, and I'm a few shows behind, but we'll get caught up and you can see the reruns. And, if you submit a music and you weren't here during the show, you can catch it. And we'll take care of that. So thanks again, everyone. What do you have planned for the weekend, guys? What's up?
Weekend's pretty chill on the fam side. And then top of next week, Lauren will be with your friend, our collective mutual friend, Laid Back Luke, in Atlantic City at the DJX Expo. We're doing a keynote. I know he's doing a keynote.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Keynote? Tell me about the keynote. What's that?
A keynote is basically Jim Tremaine from DJ Life asked us a bunch of questions about how we got to where we're at and how to do what we're doing and make shit happen. So
that's amazing. Congrats.
It'll be fun. Yeah.
I haven't been to Atlantic City in so long.
It's exactly how you remember it. I can promise you that.
All I know is my body's better for not going there because I used to eat Scrapple back in the day.
Ugh.
You guys have to look that up.
You sit back some years doing that.
Yes, sir. I sure did. I took some years off my life eating Scrapple. Also, the other things I did there, but we'll leave that alone.
I had to do some conversions there to figure out what temperature it will be. It's 93 degrees on Saturday when I'm playing tennis. That's 34 degrees Celsius for the rest of the entire world. It's going to be slightly hot. Damn
Such
hot.
a complainer. Such a complainer.
Yeah. Especially you when you tell everybody that the show's on at 3 p.m. I'm like, 3 p.m. What, buddy? Come on now. Making out like ET is the only time it exists.
All right, 1500. Would
Pretty
that
much.
suit you better? Because the rest of the world would understand that as well.
That's actually true, except
Yes.
for the time zone.
I
Was,
could actually watch a whole hour of this.
of just
banter.
us bantering.
It'd be
Yeah.
fantastic.
We should broadcast the restaurant that we're going to be meeting in New York on Saturday of next week, because that's going to be epic. And Thursday I won't
Yes.
be able to make the show next week because I'll be traveling to New York City to see
Yeah.
Laidback Luke and Don Diablo play at Brooklyn Mirage. And Laidback Luke has he's just been signed to Dim Mak Records. Very excited about that. And
Huge.
amazing thing for us. Like Steve Oakey is so stoked. There he is, just there, very stoked. And we've got
Very stoic right there.
very stoic indeed. And we've got a big show, a Dim Mak Presents show at the Marquee as well on
Amazing.
the same night. So Friday next week.
Super cool. So he's going to be driving back and forth between Marquee. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. All right, guys, got to roll. Thanks very
All
much.
right, guys.
All right. Thank
right.
you, everyone, for joining us once again. Dope or Nope, 3 p.m. EST every
you.
Thursday. And
Center
you'll
of the
find us
universe
here.
time.
All
Don't
right.
forget to hug someone you love. It's never too late.
One sec.
See ya.
See you guys.